Hi, boys and girls. Well, we were reading a book before about the different kinds of ways that light can be adjusted. Like it can either be reflected or it might be broken into different strands, and it may also be blocked in different ways. And we talked about in the book that there was a not so fun fact that ultraviolet light, which is one of the beams of light that can be carried by the sun, can actually burn you. And that's when we get sunburn. So there are several different things that we can do to protect ourselves from ultraviolet rays. We can definitely put on a shirt. When you put on a shirt, you block out some of those ultraviolet rays that can burn your skin. So wearing a shirt is a good idea. And in this case, the darker the better because it blocks out more light. You can also wear a sun hat that will provide shade for your face. And in this case, the back of your neck, if it has a neck guard on it, and that can help you not get a sunburn. You can also wear sunglasses to protect your eyes so that they don't get damaged by the harmful rays of the sun. So you should never look directly at the sun. And then you can also sit in the shade because the tree is blocking out some of those harmful rays that the sun passes down. And when you sit in the shade, you are less likely to get a sunburn. You can also put on suntan lotion or sunscreen or sunblock, whatever your family likes to call it, to help protect you from the sun. And you want an SPF of 30 or more to help block out the rays. The higher the number, the better it is going to block out those harmful rays from the sun. And you should also drink plenty of water so you stay hydrated while you're spending time in the sunshine. So one of the things we want you to do for your challenge is everybody got one of these UV bead bracelets. And this is going to help you know whether the sun is out and whether you need protection because it changes color in ultraviolet light in the different rays of light that you can't see with your eyes, but these beads know if it's there or not. And so what I did was I got an ultraviolet light, and we're going to see what will happen to your beads if they are out in the sun. So we're going to turn on our ultraviolet light. You can see that it's like a flashlight, and I'm shining it on our beads to make sure that they are being exposed to the ultraviolet light being provided by this special kind of light that I got. And then when you look at it, once I turn the ultraviolet rays off, it's more of a purpley color, which you can't really tell there. Look what happened to your beads. They definitely change color. And when you see that color, you'll know the sun is out and you need protection. So whenever you see these beads change color, you either need to put on a long sleeve shirt to protect you, or you might need to sit in the shade, or you might need to put on suntan lotion, anything, or a hat that's going to protect your face. And you can see they're starting to fade now that they are out of the ultraviolet light. So your job is to try and build a device that protects your bracelet from the sun. And of course, your device is going to need to be big enough to fit your bracelet in and also protect it from the ultraviolet light of the sunshine. And remember, the sun moves. It doesn't stay in one place. So even if you just built, maybe say I wanted to build a shelter that was like with markers and something like that, and I did this with it, which isn't really tall enough. You have to remember sunlight can get in under here. So your device is probably going to need some good solid walls in order for it to work. And maybe your device might want to be a little bit higher and have a door, some other good walls on it. I wouldn't recommend putting windows in there because that would provide a spot for the light to come through. I'm going to test and see if my device works just like this. Ooh, I know what I can sit this on. My Fire Sticks are a great wall that they can sit on. I have to remember that the sun travels. Now my beads are all back to being clear again, which is great. So I know they're protected from the sun right now. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to get my ultraviolet light and test it. You'll probably have to take your device out into the sun, outside, to see if your bracelet is protected. And then you have to remember the sun starts low in the sky, but as it goes throughout the day, it travels up, over, and then towards the middle of the day, it's right above you. And then as it starts to come down on the other side, then it gets ready to set for the evening. And then we'll see if my device works in protecting my bracelet from the UV rays of the sun. We turn the sun off. Oh, my device wasn't that great. Some of my beads, can't see it very well, have changed color. These ones down the end here, see, they got a bit too much sun on them. So my device wasn't the greatest. I need to build a better device. And that's the good thing about being an engineer, is you can change your design, test it, see if it works. If it doesn't work, change it. See if you can make one that's better, that protects your bracelet. All right, I'll show you one more time what happens when these beads go in the ultraviolet light. Right now, and then we'll put the sunlight on them. Starts down in the morning, comes up over the daytime, comes up, then it's lunchtime, then it's the afternoon, then the sun comes down and it sets in the evening, and then we can turn it off for the night. My beads changed color. All right, team, see if you can build a device that protects your beads from changing in the sunlight. And if you're wearing your bracelet and you go outside and you see that your beads change color, you know you need to protect your skin somehow. Okay, engineers, go forth, protect those beads.